Iain Lee's and Watco's Important Target.
One, two, 1, 2.
3.
You're very loud there. You're very close to your mouth.
Oh, sorry. Well, I was going to whisper.
Okay, you can whisper.
So is this still episode 4?
This is episode 5 now.
Are we starting a new one? Did we finish the one yesterday?
Well, I think.
I mean, did we finish the one 2 weeks ago?
I think that.
You don't need to whisper just because you're in my house.
I do, because I don't want to upset the neighbours.
Ah, screw those losers.
Right. Okay. This is actually the most relaxed.
Welcome to a very relaxed. Many of you would say chilled. I wouldn't personally, but chilled episode of Important Target. What goes back in the fold? We're friends again.
Did we fall out?
We did, and I took control. But
yes, I remember.
Due to a legal battle, I own the name, but I have to employ you.
I thought that it was the gentleman in Leicester Square that owned the name.
Can we remind ourselves of what he sounded like, please?
Important target.
Excellent. Maybe you could use that as a sting.
Important target.
Like that. Well done. It worked.
Important target.
That one was superfluous. We are recording this live in my living room of my house. It's 1:45 in the afternoon, and we are watching Jeremy Kyle on ITV2. I'm enjoying Jeremy Kyle. You're disgusted by it.
I'm not a big fan of Jeremy Kyle.
Why?
I just think it's the dregs of society on our TV screens. I don't want to see that. He's no Jerry Springer as well.
Oh, come on. Jerry Springer is much worse than Kyle.
Yeah, but the thing about Jerry Springer is that that obviously it's a different country, so you can look at it with a bit of scorn, thinking, "Oh, we're not like that." But then Jeremy Kyle, it's just down the road, isn't it? It could be somebody living next door to you. It could be one of your family members.
Well, won't be living next door to me because I live in quite a posh area. Probably living next door to you. One of the low points of my life was being in the audience of the Maury Povich show.
Maury Povich.
I was in the audience of Maury Povich, and you can see it. I've not seen it, but people have emailed me saying, "Hey, you were just on Maury Povich on ITV3," and basically we were encouraged to boo 14-year-old girls.
Right, Maury Povich.
Yes.
Or Maury Povich. Is that recorded in this country?
In the United States of America.
So you were in the United States.
New York.
And you went. Why did you go and see that?
Well, I thought it'd be nice. We were going there for a weekend. I thought it'd be nice to go and get tickets to see a TV show. I tried to get tickets to see The Daily Show, but I sent the same email that I'd sent to Maury, and it started off saying, "We're big fans of the Maury Povich show." I forgot to change that bit. So fair play. Daily Show wrote back saying, "You want the Maury Povich show? This is The Daily Show." So yeah, I thought it'd be nice to go and see. We planned some nice things. We went and saw Ronnie Spector live at BB King's. Front row seats, beautiful. And we saw the Maury Povich show, and we booed 13, 14-year-old girls. We booed them. And halfway through it, I thought, actually, this is really, really bad what we're doing.
Yes, well, it is bad. And then, what, did you leave? No, you didn't. You stayed.
We
right
stayed
to
to
the
the
bit
well.
of the end.
They filmed 2 episodes. We stayed for the first episode. We left for the second, mainly because it was going to be one of those ones where they just show clips, like Maury's greatest hits. And it is the thing I found out about the Maury Povich show is it is evil. There's not even a pretense that they're helping people. Basically, it was teenage girls gone bad. So they were like 13, 14.
How bad?
Very bad. Sleeping with men in their 40s. They were like 13, 14. Sleeping with men in their 40s.
Tattoos,
smoking crack, prostitution. And basically, it's kind of, you could look at it another way. It's naughty girls or it's abused children. You know, it was one of those things. And at no point during it did Maury Povich try to help anybody. In fact, when it went to the break, he deliberately walked away from the parents and the children and wouldn't talk to them. And then at the end, they got sent to boot camp, and one of them had a seizure.
What, during the show?
Yeah, they got sent off to boot camp at the end.
And that was all filmed?
Yep.
You were part of that, Iain?
Yeah, I was booing them. At one point I was going, "You should listen to your mama, listen to your mama." And the security told me off for shouting that out, which I actually thought was quite good advice, because your mama was giving good advice, but...
Right, and you were told off because really you should have been shouting, "Come on, have a seizure."
Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible. I felt terrible. But then we were like, well, we can't now stop booing because we're right in the front. Oh, it was awful, Watco. Really one of my low points in my life. I'm ashamed of it. It was just me there, by the way, I should say.
What, you were the only person in the audience?
Yes, literally just me. That's why I couldn't leave. It looked really obvious.
I went to see David Letterman when I was in New York.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. Who did he have on?
He had Ben Stiller
Oh,
and Elvis Costello,
okay.
who did a song,
Yeah, he would do. Yeah, he's a singer.
and it was very nice. And there was no booing.
No,
There was no need to boo.
very cold studio, isn't it?
Very cold. He likes it cold. Does
Keeps the audience on their
does
toes.
Dave. It's because Dave, under the lights, gets hot, and I think that
Yeah.
he'd sweat, you see, hence the reason why they have it cold.
Well, no, I heard it was to keep his audience alert, and if it was too hot in there, the audience would be a bit sluggish and wouldn't applaud so vociferously. And that's one of the reasons why I keep my studio, you may have noticed last night, very cold. Keep
yes,
the
I did
audience on
notice.
their toes.
I was a little bit too cold in there
Yep.
last night.
Yep.
But, you know, it's like when you're driving the car, you get to choose the music. When
Yep.
you are doing a show,
Yep,
you get
yep.
to choose the temperature of the...
Yep.
That's how it works.
Yep. You're listening to...
It's
with
the,
me.
the important target.
No, the man's going to say it. The man just said it before you did, remember?
Oh, right.
You probably
sorry.
couldn't hear it because it hasn't happened yet. With me, Ian Watkins.
And him, Ian Lee.
There we go. And
That was very two Ronnies, that. Two Ronnies-esque.
two Ronnies. No, not funny.
I liked it when they sort of marched up and down and sung songs.
I remember the one of the Ronnies being Boy George.
I remember the other Ronnie being Chaz from Chaz and Dave.
I remember the big Ronnie being Buster Bloodvessel and singing, "I got bad habits, I don't eat me rabbits."
I remember one of them being dressed up as a baker,
I
singing
remember.
about baking.
I remember it was the other Ronnie was Boy George.
The small Ronnie.
Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it?
So who was Ronnie Barker dressed up as?
Buster Bloodvessel.
In the same. It's the
It was
same
like the
thing.
80s Top of the Pops they did.
I was
Yeah.
doing different bits that I'd seen.
I've only ever seen that bit.
You've only ever seen that
And
bit?
the Phantom Raspberry Blower of Old Londinium. I didn't like the serials they did. And Four Candles isn't funny. I get it.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
Four Candles,
that's
Four
a classic,
Candles.
Ian.
Well, it is a classic, but it doesn't mean it's funny, really. Sorry, I got distracted because there's going to be a bit of argy-bargy on the Jeremy Kyle show. You ought to keep your bleeping mouth shut, you bleeping bleep bleeps.
Jeremy Kyle is now sort of crouching down.
Crouching tiger, hidden dragon.
His microphone's on the floor. He's got his finger on his face, and he is ready to condone. Not condone. That's the wrong word, isn't it?
The mum has got a sexy body. Don't look at the face. Just look at the curve of the gene.
She's got stars on her arm, the tattoo stars. And do you remember that lady who got tattooed all over her face and then she was disappointed in it? That Russian lady?
No, I
Was it
don't remember
Russian?
that.
She went in and
How
said...
could you not be disappointed with tattoos all over your face?
Well, she fell asleep, apparently, and the guy, the tattooist, he thought that she wanted just stars all over her face, so he
Right.
kept going.
Oh.
And when she woke up, she had stars all over her face.
What did she want?
She just wanted a couple of stars on her face.
Well, come on. What's the difference? You've gone for stars on your face. You might as well go what I like to call the whole hog.
Well, anyway, she's going to have to pay to have them removed now. 30 grand. And the tattooist had said that he would pay half, but he's pulled out now.
Why?
Because he just thinks that the woman was stupid, for going along with it in the first place.
Well,
Why should he have to?
Well, come on. You never. I don't believe this story for a second. You never tattoo someone who's asleep. That's just one of the basic. That's what you learn day 3 of tattoo school. And I know because I did 4 days of tattoo school.
Did you?
Yep. No.
Somebody who you knew or know has done a tattoo program.
Jodie Marsh.
Jodie Marsh.
Jodie Marsh.
What was Jodie Marsh like in real life?
I liked her a lot. She's got her knockers, but I liked her.
You did that joke on the show.
I did. Thank you. It's a good joke. I think she's nice. She's a little bit bonkers, but she's nice. I thought she was very charming. Liked her a lot.
Anyway, so would you ever think of if it all?
I'm not going to have sex with her.
If the radio all dried up, would
What?
you?
What have you
become
heard?
a tattooist?
What have you heard?
I've not heard anything.
Who have you been talking to?
I speak to a lot of people.
Who?
Just people.
Okay, and what have they said?
Said they don't think it's going to last much longer.
Oh, nuts! Fair play. I've been doing this old thing solidly for nearly 7 years.
This is the what would you call the genre? Fun talk.
Manic phoning.
Manic phoning.
Manic phoning.
Manic phoning.
I've been doing manic phone-ins consecutively for 7 years, from LBC to here. A little bit before then, but that's consecutively. At some point, someone's going to wise up and go, hang on a minute, this A, doesn't get many listeners, and B, isn't very good. What are we doing paying him quite a substantial amount of money for? Bye-bye. You're fired.
Then what happens at that moment?
Then I was thinking of becoming a tattoo... yeah, I see what you're getting to. Yeah, tattooist. No, I was thinking of going to Tatooine. No, I don't know.
What, Tatooine Star Wars place?
Yeah, that's... You stop singing.
Yeah, because I don't think it needed that much.
I'm falling asleep here.
This is good, because when you're asleep, I'm going to do a tattoo on you.
Of stars on my face.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm sort of still thinking it up.
I remember reading an old copy of Whizzer and Chips years ago. It wasn't old at the time, it's brand new. And some of the characters in it went out with some binoculars at night, and they said...
What? Hang on. Whizzer and Chips?
Yeah. Comic. You never heard of Whizzer and Chips?
No, it just sounds like it's going a little bit... They went out with binoculars at night, and...
Yeah. He said, I can see lots of stars. I said, I bet you can. But what it was, he was looking... I remember it vividly. He was looking through someone's window, and he could see the TV. And on the TV... If someone's got this, email it to us or send it on the Facebook page if you've not set up yet. But on the TV was Bruce Forsyth, Tarby, and possibly even Kenny Lynch, and they were the stars that the boy could see.
I thought you were going to say he was looking through a window and he could see somebody's bumhole.
I was definitely not going to say that, no. That's made you laugh, hasn't it, eh?
Yes,
because you
has.
said somebody's bumhole. There's me trying to keep this clean. I've been clean all afternoon. And you're just dropping a little bit of blue in there.
That's not blue.
I've got to have a doze before I go to Watford tonight for Barry's show.
What kind of host do you call yourself?
What kind of hose?
A host. Host.
Well, I'm a manic phone-in.
Is that really what you call it? Is that the...
That's what the Radio
Joking
Times describes
aside.
the show as.
Sorry, the Radio Times
Describes
your show as the manic phone.
a manic phone. No, just there's no
The
preposition.
genre.
Manic phone-in.
Is that the genre?
That's the genre, yeah.
That's not, just because the Radio Times has come up with that does not mean it's the genre.
Do the
of it.
BBC own the Radio Times? Because I remember when my dad used to work at the BBC, they would get free copies of the Radio Times. I was brought up to believe the Radio Times was owned by the BBC,
Yes,
and the TV Times was owned by the ITV.
I think that's right.
So
I think they're going to get rid of Radio Times at some stage.
Who owns TV Quick?
It's owned by the QuickSave.
Channel 4 used to have a magazine as well, I think.
It's called. BBC also had it called the Look-In. Do you remember the Look-In? Did you buy a Look-In?
Look-In was ITV.
Was it ITV?
Look-In was totally ITV, yeah.
Was it? I thought it was the BBC.
It's really common. I used to hate Look-In.
I used to buy that.
Oh, look, Carl's about to have a fight. Shush.
I'm making threats, right? What ended there, right?
You just made threats.
So, well,
Well, good luck, mate, because that's going out on television. So shut your mouth and sit on your backside now.
Fair play. Carl stood up to him, but then Carl did walk away a little bit like a pussy. He should have just nutted him. He should have nutted him, right? Because by the time the guys realise what happened, then the big security guards are in there anyway. So Kyle should be allowed to get the first punch in.
Yeah, but that would be aggravated assault, wouldn't it?
Well,
And it'd be on telly.
Really?
Yeah.
really?
Be on the cameras.
Would it?
Yeah.
But would it really?
Yes, it would be.
But would it?
Let's get before you fall asleep. Let's just get back to this manic phone-in business.
Yeah.
What is the genre of what you do? I'm just interested.
Matt, what's the question? Manic phone-in. I've told you this.
Yeah, but that's just because it says that in the.
It's a phone-in, yeah?
What did you think? What did you think before it said it in the Radio Times?
I thought this phone-in is a little bit crazy.
The crazy phone-in.
No preposition. Crazy phone-in.
Crazy phone-in.
Yeah. But manic is probably more accurate. Mania is involved.
When you first started doing it at LBC, what did you think you were doing? Just a phone-in?
Just a phone-in. The mania came later. You can't just start a manic phone-in. You kind of have to build up to it.
So did you originally then just do normal shows? Because they were on the weekend shows. I used to listen to those. Those weren't that normal.
They were very normal the week that I first started. I used to do, when I had Lady Steph producing me, we used to go through the newspapers and get quirky stories, but we'd get stories out of newspapers and do stories from newspapers. I remember one day, a couple of months into it, and I was struggling, and Scott Solder, the programme controller, took me aside and said, Ian, why don't you do a show, but don't look at the newspapers, just talk about what's happening in your life. I remember thinking, you tosser, what a nonsense. He said, just don't do anything from the newspapers. Do stuff that's happened to you that day or that week. I thought, you idiot. Best advice he ever gave me. Best advice he ever gave me. And now, we are now... Oh, they're going to do the DNA.
The DNA test results show that Stephen
Is.
Yes, your child.
Yeah, beautiful. Well done, Stephen. Beautiful.
Stephen's pleased.
Well done. And his fit mum is pleased. She's got a tattoo on her back. What I like to call a target.
Important target.
Steady. Come on. Look, it's 2:00. Tonight's the kind of night where anything can go. It's Barry from Watford. What are you doing? What on earth are you doing? What are you getting out of your wallet? Oh, have you got a little surprise for me? You got a newspaper story. You're going to do topical. Oh, we're going to. Okay, it's time for topical. You're listening to
Important target.
Thanks. That's the sound of a newspaper that Watko has just pulled out from his wallet. He has folded it up and he's just put it back in his wallet. Anticlimactic. That's the end of the topical hour.
Yep.
How long have we done? Have we done enough to put on the internet and justify charging 59 pence for?
We don't charge.
Sorry?
We don't charge for this.
What?
We never have done.
Why?
Because I don't believe it's good enough to charge for.
Who cares? People buy this. I'm Ricky Gervais.
I think you find you're not. Does he live around here, by the way?
He lives in Hampstead and Los Angeles and probably New York. I see him occasionally. I don't speak to him.
Why not?
What am I going to say to him? Remember me? Yeah. Okay.
Just say how you doing.
No.
You right?
I'm
Yeah.
all right. He's him. No. What's the point? We work together. Would you say hello to someone you worked together with 10 years ago?
Probably not.
We used to be good friends as well.
Wistful face.
I'm so tired. Can I now? May I sleep? I'm just going to sleep here.
Ian is.
I'm tired. I've got to do a show tonight.
How long is your bit?
Well, I'm on it for the whole thing pretty much. I come and go.
You're on it from the whole.
I come and go.
You come and go.
But I'm very tired. I don't think you understand exactly how tired I am. Falling asleep.
He's not really asleep.
I'm not really asleep. I'm very tired.
All right. Well, can you do us a favour then?
Yeah,
before you
great pleasure.
Before you go to sleep,
Yeah.
could you play us a tune on your ukulele?
Yeah, of course. What do you want?
I don't know, something exciting. I'll come and hold the thing.
Okay.
So we've got this. Is...
To the left, everything you own in a box to the left, in the closet, that's my stuff, yes, if I bought it, please don't touch. Keep talking that mess, that's fine, but could you walk and talk at the same time, and it's my name that's on that jug, da-da-da, let me call you a cab, standing in the front yard, telling me how I'm such a fool, saying how I'll never ever find a man like you. You got me twisted, you must not know about me.